What's up? One more list, and then probably some more. I'm trying to hammer my way through all these tonight because I wanted to have these done by the first, and today is the first. And I'm just now getting around to doing this. All right. This is a funny list. I played 160 games this year, give or take. I finished these games. Some of these games are very short. A lot of these games have no skill level involved whatsoever. But I finished them, and I'm taking credit for it. So, this is my personal favorite game that I actually made my way through and saw credits roll at the end. First, Final Fantasy 15, probably my proudest achievement. That was a real game that I made my way through, played, beat, did all that. Was it one of my favorite games? Probably not. But it was my biggest accomplishment. Inside, that game was very cool. I never did finish Limbo. I've always meant to go back and finish Limbo. Never actually did. But I did get through Inside, so that's saying something. Abzu. Whatever. I mean, I beat it. It was neat. I cried when the shark got crushed by a rock. The Stanley Parable, I get these two mixed up. Stanley Parable was not that great, and you beat it like a million different times in a million different ways. That can go. Also, in case I haven't made it clear, also these games date back. That doesn't mean that these came out in 2017, clearly. A lot of these games are older than 2017, but these were the games I finished last year. From here on out, years going forward, this is the first one of these I did, but in coming years, I will keep it to that year. Like this year will be the only year where I allow basically games from any year. What I did was kind of like, I made it my own cutoff in my mind. It's impossible to really describe here. The Beginner's Guide. This game's cool. This game was creepy and weird and kind of a mind fuck. I knew nothing about it going in, and that is the only way to play this game. If you know what you're getting into, don't play it. It's just not worth it. But if you don't know what you're getting into, man, it's really cool. I call it a game. It's not really a game. It's literally kind of a documentary that you can control. It's fucking cool. It's old, like I said, but play it. Watch Dogs 2, I literally did not do one side mission in that game. I just mainlined that. I didn't fuck with anything I didn't have to fuck with. I had fun with it. I didn't have that much fun with it, though, so I can just tell you that right now. That can go. I can almost feel like Final Fantasy is going to go right now, too. Just go ahead and get rid of that. SteamWorld Dig 1. Not SteamWorld Dig 2. I did not finish 2. I did not really like 2. 2 is also on one of my lists for most disappointing follow-ups. SteamWorld Dig 1, though, I did enjoy it. Did I enjoy it all that much to be on this list? No. Downwell. Fuck yes, Downwell. And god damn, that game felt good to beat. Downwell is one of my favorite games almost ever. It's been on this list a few times for different reasons. God, that almost could have gone up here for best feel. Man, when you get a good combo going when you're hopping down, and oof, that was an oversight. Well, we'll just say that it wouldn't have made its way on the list, because it probably wouldn't have. Anyway, it's going to stay on this list, that's for sure. Zelda, Breath of the Wild. I'm so all over the place on that game. It's a good game. It's a really, really good game. But I wanted it to be over with, kind of. I did my adventuring around. I kind of front-loaded the game with all the nonsense side stuff. And after a while, I was like, I'm done. I need this game to be over with. So I went to the castle. Literally never even stepped inside. I flew up the outside of it, made my way to the final fight, beat it, watched credits roll, and turned it off. And I never turned it back on again. Even after the updates, after the DLC, all that, I was just in and out on that game. And belongs on here. Parappa the Rapper's a remaster. It's fucking Parappa the Rapper. You can beat this game in like 30 minutes, but man, it's fun. I go back to it just to listen to it, and it's great, but it's coming off. What Remains of Edith Finch? I enjoyed this shit out of this game. It's another game that's not really a game, which is why I actually finished it, but it's gonna stay here for now. Mighty Gunvolt Burst I beat a few times, but I don't want to go back to it, and I almost have a hard time, not a hard time recommending it, but a hard time, I don't know. I mean, I recommend you play it, but I almost have like a hard time recommending that you purchase it, you know, like, or if it's really cheap or something, but I don't remember what I paid for it, but I feel like it might have been too much or something. But it was, if you like, that should be on my list. Damn it. Should have been on my list of You're Doing Too Much also. I had a list called You're Doing Too Much, where it's a game that you got the basics right, and then you just kept layering on more and more stuff. Too much stuff. Mighty Gunvolt Burst is a good contender for that. It should have been on that list, I think, because you can customize the fuck out of like everything in that game. You can. Do you want your bullets to wave? Do you want your bullets to bounce around? If you do the wave, do you want long waves? Do you want short waves? If they bounce, do you want them to bounce 3 times, 4 times? How fast do you want your bullets to move? Like, it was crazy. Some people might love that, but me, it's overwhelming. And kind of ruined it, because I felt like I needed to be playing around with it more than I was. And I felt like I was doing something wrong by not messing with that stuff, which then made me feel like I was playing the game wrong, which made me feel like I shouldn't be playing it at all. Mario Kart 8 fucking deluxe. That's a great game, and it never gets old, like ever. It's gonna stay there for now, but it'll probably come off the list in a bit. Next Machina. For this category, I feel like I almost need to add in the feeling of completion, like the feeling of completing the game. Like, yeah, that felt great to finally get through it, or man, that really did something for me. Next Machina is not that. It's an arcade-style game. It's meant to be beaten and played again and again, so that's just not gonna be there. Nidhogg 2, also not gonna hang out on this list. Destiny 2, not gonna hang out. I'm like just looking at the competition here, and Destiny was a really fun game for a while, and then it became a really not fun game kind of fast as well. So, no. Uncharted Lost Legacy, that was a very surprising, very good, very just kind of a fun game. That's going to hang out there for a while. I might come off, but for now it's going to be there. South Park, that I think was on one of my disappointing lists. I really wanted this game to be over with. I was done with it long before it was over. Mario Odyssey, same fucking thing. I did the main line for that game. I beat it. I got credits. They're like, hey, go find 8 billion more moons. I said, fuck no. I didn't have fun finding the first however many. Like, I found the minimum amount and was like, fucking let me beat Bowser and get me the fuck out of this game. And so, yeah. Night in the Woods actually took me longer to finish than I figured it would have. I mean, you can cruise through that game in like a night or two if you really wanted to, but that game took me like months. I just played it in such small chunks. But the cool thing was is that every time I came back, I could remember what happened. You know, like, there's plenty of games where I can go a week and I don't remember the last thing that happened. But Night in the Woods, that shit stuck with me, and I could go back after not playing for like 3 months, and within 20 seconds, I'd be like, oh, fuck, yeah, this happened, that happened, this guy is doing this, and that guy, like, that was a really good game, and it really, I don't know, it grabbed my attention or something, it stuck with me. Dream Daddy, it's a dating sim. It's a good dating sim. I haven't played many, but there's a lot of people talking about it this year. It's not gonna hang out there either. Doki Doki Literature Club, everybody lost their shit over for about a weekend. It's a free game on Steam. It's another game that if you don't know what you're getting into, that's the only way to play it. If you know exactly what the twist is, what's going on, then you're just kind of wasting your time unless you just want to see what everyone's talking about. But I don't know. It's a visual novel, you know, and it's a visual novel that has a cool twist in it, and it gets weird and fourth wall breaky, but it's whatever. Man, what are we down to here? Downwell definitely lives on this list. The Beginner's Guide. Now I'm trying to think, okay, it's me trying to tell a person, you need to play this game, but not only play it, you need to beat this game. Finish it. But that's not really what the category is called. The category is just favorite game that I finished. So then I can just kind of ask myself, which one of these games are my favorites? And in that case, see, I'm defining my own categories as I go because I've never done this before. So, you know, Downwell, one of my favorite games like ever. Lost Legacy was a fun trip, but maybe not the most fun. You know what? Night in the Woods. Now I'm just thinking about the whole journey you take in that game and the way it makes you feel and what it does, and that it's something. Same thing with Edith Finch. I like these like narrative, linear, just tell me a story, you know, like, get me in and out. And then, so I guess we're getting rid of Uncharted and Mario Kart. So now we're down to Inside and the Beginner's Guide. You know, Inside felt cool. The nightmarish feelings they gave you in this game were cool, but I didn't value the end of that game nearly as much as everybody else did. It wasn't this cool moment for me like a lot of people thought. For me, I was like, alright, cool, weird, you know. But it wasn't anything particularly mind-blowing. So, yeah. My favorite game that I finished. Downwell, number 1. It's a fucking cell phone game that also then came out for every other platform. Or, I think it was, I don't know, maybe they're all day and date. Night in the Woods, play it. Fucking play it. If you can handle a, you know, talking game. It's not really a game. It's more of a movie type of thing. Made by Richard Scarry. What Remains of Edith Finch, also you can beat that game in 2 hours. When I say beat, I mean start the movie and then end the movie. And then The Beginner's Guide. Real cool documentary style thing. Like, all these games are pretty fucking cool. None of them are really necessarily games, which I have another list for, which is probably going to look just like this. But apparently, what I prefer in my video games are the absence of the game part. But I hate movies, so none of it makes any sense. But if you want to continue to listen to my confused category creation list making self, come watch another video.